Hello everyone, welcome back to your English class. Today in this video we are going to learn the poem Invictus. This poem is written by William Ernest Henley. William was a great poet, critic and editor of the late Victorian era in England. He suffered a tubercular infection when he was in his early 20s. This resulted in an amputation of a leg below the knee. Henley was in great pain for 20 months and he wrote Invictus and the other poems during this time. Let's first see the small introduction of the poem. Invictus is Latin for unconquerable, invincible, undefeated. The theme of the poem is to find the strength to overcome problems and difficulties. The speaker gives thanks for his unconquerable soul because although he suffers a great injury, he does not give up. The poem goes this way. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears, looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul. The meaning of the difficult words in this poem are: pit means coal mine. From pole to pole, here it means from top to bottom and everywhere. Unconquerable soul means a mind and a spirit cannot be beaten. Fell clutch means deadly grip. Circumstance means an event or fact that causes something to happen. Winced means made a shrinking movement of the body out of pain or distress. Bludgeoning means beating down with a thick stick or any heavy object. Wrath means great danger. Shade, here it means death. Menace, a person or thing that is likely to cause harm. Strait means narrow. How charged with punishments the scroll. Here it means what happens to him in life. Fate means the events in someone's life that will happen to them no matter what they do. They have no control over them. Now let's understand the poem stanza wise. So the first stanza goes in this way. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I think whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In these lines, the speaker Henley refers the night to the absolute darkness which covers him completely from top to bottom. Here the word night is used as a metaphor for the hardships and problems. Here the speaker wants to say that his life is fully covered with hardships and problems. When the speaker says black as the pit from pole to pole, here he means his life is completely dark as a pit. Here the word pit refers to a coal mine which is completely dark from top to bottom. Everywhere darkness surrounds in the pit. Similarly, his life surrounds with difficulties, problems and hardship. The speaker feels gratitude towards gods for his unconquerable soul. He thanks the gods for providing him with such a vital force to overcome and stand strong against all the problems and difficult situations in life. Now the second stanza. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. In these lines, the speaker is stating clearly that despite of being tightly held in an awful situation, he didn't give up. He never got distressed or shown any sign of weakness. When he says that under the bludgeonings of chance, here bludgeonings is taken to physical bludgeonings as a metaphor for life's unpredictable difficulties. Here he means that however the situation have tried to destroy him, he always fight back with courage. In fact, he agrees that sometimes difficulties have made him bleed and suffer, but he never let himself to bow before them and cry out of fear. The third stanza. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. Here the place of wrath and tears refers to the world of the living, where the speaker is living, in which he is both angry and sorrowful at what he endures, suffering patiently as a man with tuberculosis, and what lies beyond the pain and suffering of the life is the horror of the shade. Horror of the shade means the horror of death. The poet says that the horror has always lurked behind him, but he always finds himself unafraid. The only thing that can be worse than what he is going through in that place is the fear and death may claim him. But years of endurance, means suffering, and the tolerance have made him strong and fearless. So whenever menace or trouble has come in his life, he has faced it bravely. Stanza 4. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul. Here the speaker says that it does not matter how difficult the passage to heaven might be, for how long the list of punishment for sin might be. What matter is that he is able to control his life and steer, guide it in the direction he wants. The last two lines of the last stanza speaks of him as a master who is the captain of his own soul. This gives the impression of a valiant, means a fearless and courageous person, and undaunted means the unafraid person who decides never to give up. Hence, the poem motivates the readers to understand the fact that nobody can control our lives. It only depends on us that how we choose to live our lives. Henley ends this poem with a note that one should become the friend, the philosopher and guide of one's own soul.